Hello everyone and welcome back. This time we're going to be making a program to scrape pictures from an Instagram profile in the highest quality we can get, and to scrape the profile picture as well. Now, in the previous video I actually talked about how to do this without programming at all. But in this video we're going to do it with programming. Now the only problem is it downloads the first 12 pictures, only that is allowed by the, I call it the API thing, although it's really just a JSON file. I mean, I guess it could be the API. Also, another thing is I could not get videos like that thing, so if someone knows a way how to do that, just let me know. But I could get pictures and profile pictures. So first I realized, first I figured out I'm going to pick an Instagram profile, and so I went to the top 50 list, and a random number generator gave me 7. Which happens to be Kim Kardashian West. Never mind. I'm not a great fan. So let's enter our folder right here. So right here we have the pie cache. Don't worry about that. This just got created on the way. So you have to make the images folder and the HD folder. So we're going to store images like that. This is just Instagram.json for testing out data, and this is the Instagram data.txt, which is just me writing down what you can do. So in the previous video I told you how to view the posts in the highest quality you can get, and how to view the profile picture in the highest quality you can get, and also how to download some videos. Now, as I said, we can download videos, and we can only get the first 12 pictures because that's what it allows us to. So what am I talking about? What API thing, JSON, am I talking about? So just pick any profile and write after the slash !__ a equals 1 right here like this, and then press enter, and it's going to open this thing. Our program might not be able to access the Instagram profile itself and then download the HTML, but it can access this. So once it does, it's going to extract things like profile pic URL, and as you can see we have 2 of them. The HD one is going to be extracted. The best quality for the profile picture seems to be 320 times 320. It's going to extract that, and it's going to extract every post that it can get. Now, posts are stored like this: 150 times 266, 240 times 426, and these, and so on and so on. But these are not great. So I've made a loop first for these, and then I realized, well, actually there are posts where you can get them in HD, or not really full HD, but where you can get them in higher quality. So all you have to do is press Ctrl F and write P1080, and this is what we're looking for, the P1080X1080. It's inside the link of the picture, and you can get it in the highest quality. So if we take a look at this picture, it should be in 1080 times something, not necessarily 1080 times 1080, but in this case it's 1080 times 1350, and that's fine as well because it's 1 megabyte picture. It's the highest we can get. Or it is P180, or it is S180. It's the same thing. I don't know why some of them are S, but they just are. So if we enter right here, this link, it's going to be another picture in HD. There you go. Is this Kanye? I can't tell. I think it is. So that's how we're going to get that. If you look up MP4, you cannot find anything, and that sucks. But you can also find some other stuff like biography right here, and you can find whatever, the external URLs or whatever, and the profile page login page ID. So now let's put this into our Python program. So first what we're going to do is we're going to use these two. I'm first going to show you the loader.py. So this is how I progressed towards getting what we have right now. So I first use the URL that someone inputs, so just an Instagram link, and then scrape off the HLEN, which sometimes happens to be inside a link. We don't need that, so I just remove that right here. And then I'm appending this thing that I talked about into the link, and then I am removing the double slashes. The double slashes and the question mark. The reason I put the question mark is because we don't want to remove the double slashes from the HTTP. So if we have HTTPS double slash, if we remove this, that's going to be a bit of a problem. So that's how we want to go about that. And then I use randoms here. I know I could have used string. So key is request.get profile picked. So we're going to use that profile link that's formatted with the a equals 1, and we're going to get it in the text. So we're going to get the text of all these JSON things, and then we're going to use JSON.loads in order to load that into JSON. So we can use it like this. And then we're doing JSON key, and we're entering the GraphQL user edge owner to timeline media and edges. Now these are going to be the pictures of lower quality, I think. So I think this one is going to be used in our for loop. Yes, it is in our for loop to get all of the pictures that we can get. Now, as you can tell right here, I'm checking for the sizes in 150 times 150, 240, 240, 320, and this is ridiculous because later I figured out that it's not the case. So I'm downloading all the resolutions that are not these, basically all the higher ones, because the lower ones are probably not lower than this, because this is all downscaled from the original resolution. But I'm going to get to that later. So as I said, I'm defining data right here to be in all of these. So in order to show this to you easier, I'm going to open PyCharm right here, because PyCharm has a great way of showing how JSON works. So our data, the link that we want to get, is in all of this, and also in, I think, all of this. Yes. So node and thumbnail resources. In other words, if you take a look right here, and you write thumbnail resources, you can actually see where it is. It is in GraphQL user edge Felix video timeline edges 0 node and thumbnail resources. If you look up another picture or thumbnail resources, you're going to notice that it's actually in a different number right here. So it's the same, everything seems to be the same except for the number. If you take a look at these, they're all in the same edges except for the number is changing. So now let me show you how we're going to solve that problem. So we're going to enter up until we can, and then now right here there should be the number. But we're not going to do that. Instead we're going to, well, let's pass this part. Instead we're going to do 4K in data. We're going to do environment equals data and the counter. I've defined the counter right above here because we want to go from 0 to the length of the data. I've done this more than inside of my other program, but it doesn't really matter. So data and then say 0, and then node and thumbnail resources is going to be our picture. Then for R in these thumbnail resources, we're going to pick some random stuff so we can store it as a picture. And if there is the S150 times 150 in our picture link, we're not going to use it. And if there's 480 times 480, we're not going to use it as well. There's going to be 640 as well, I think, on every picture, so that's not going to be a problem. And then we're going to print out that we're getting that specific image, and we're going to use request.get to get the image. Now we're going to use the same thing right here, .content and not .text, because we don't need the text, we need the content of the picture in order to write it inside of our .jpeg file, which is empty right now. And now we're using this link right here because we're going to enter the images directory right here, and we're going to store it as a random image and then a slash, image and then a slash, and the 2 random numbers. So we're going to open it and we're going to write bytes as image.got, and image.got.write the image.get, which is our .content, as you remember from what we downloaded. So what we basically do is we load the link of the picture, and we use the .content to get that content going, and then we use write bytes to write it into a picture. So that's how it works. And we're using the $replace right here just so we can use it for the HTML. Now, you don't have to do this. This is just ridiculous. I made the HTML file and it looks ridiculous, but I just wanted to show you that I can do it. So it stores it into an HTML file. As I said, this part you don't really need. And now right here we're running the upgraded loader profile picked. So what this is this is my other program, and I'm importing it right here, and then I'm using its function profiler, and I'm feeding it the link from the profile picked, which is all the way from here. So this is the modified profile link with this a equals 1. So once this goes to the other program right here, to the upgraded loader, it feeds this profile right here with the link that is valid. And then we're getting the link again and using .text and loading it to JSON again, as I said. And then we're using the JSON loaded, the same thing for a different place. Why? Well, because this is where our HD pics are. And then 4K in range 0 to the length of data. So let's say we have 10 in data, it's going to be 0 to 10, and the K is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right here we're just defining some random digits for the picture. We're going to use the random.choice from the ASCII uppercase letters and the string.digits, so numbers. Random.choice from that, and we're going to use the same thing, and we're going to append it to the previous one and then do that again. So it's going to be something along the lines of like CB7 or CB8 or CB I don't know 2. So anyways, that's what it's going to look like. And we can print that, but we're not gonna. And then we have my HD pic is data and then the K, which is a number, say 1, and then no display URL. So this is the display URL. This is where the P180 is going to be located and the S180 is going to be located. So obviously we want the fullest quality that we can get, and they're always stored under 180 times 180 for some reason, even though they're not really 180 times 180. But it doesn't matter, it's good for us. So if it's P180 180, we're going to do the same thing that we're going to do if it's S. So we're going to first get the picture and then use the dot content to write it using write bytes into our new picture, which is in HD images and then HD folder. Now we did this previously, so I don't have to explain this twice. And then we're just printing the pic saved. We're doing the same thing for the S. Okay, and then for the else, we're going to try, because this is mostly going to fail, to get the picture anyways, even though it doesn't have the S or the P180 inside. And then the except, we're just going to say could not get and print out the picture link. So that's it. Now let's see how it works. Let's run the loader. I don't remember what profile we used. Let's pick Taylor Swift. I don't know why. Okay, so there we go. So let's download all the Taylor Swift pictures, well, for the first 12. And as I said, the videos won't download for some reason, but you can download them manually like this. Use the check and then go a little bit above to this div, and then go to this one under and this one under, and then use the middle link right here, this one. That's how you can download the video without programming, right? Anyway, so let's download all the pictures from Taylor Swift. All you have to do is copy the link and give it to your Python file. And as I said, we don't have to run the new program because it's called right here. So let's paste this in and let's press enter. And now it's saving the images, getting the image, and everything seems to be going fine. Let's see if we're gonna get any errors. And now it's using Pics save. This is the difference between the HD and the other ones. So I didn't write getting the image, I instead wrote Pics saved. So let's write not, because that's how we're going to see if we have any errors. And if we take a look at our folder right here, we're going to see all the pictures. There they are, but they're not in the highest quality, as you can tell. These are actually 640 times 640. But first, let me show you the main.html, so you can just form your website or whatever. User data getter, username, and then the bio, and then some pictures. But as I said, these are low quality, and this is the second part of the program, the HD version, which are basically just the same pictures in the HD. If we take a look at the settings and details, we can see that they're I mean, this is not HD resolution, this is the highest quality you can get them in. If you take a look at the picture, you can see that it is really good quality. And I think that's honestly all you need. So there you go, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. The codes for this are going to be up on my website, and I also recommend watching the previous video just so you can know how to download videos and stuff like that. Maybe you can come up with something even better than this. So let me know your thoughts. I think this is pretty useful, and I wanted to say thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.